Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Leetcode daily challenge set mismatch. So basically as you can see this is easy level question. So surely the time constraints which are being given that would be also in that manner so that it could be done by brute force also. So now let us read this question and after that we'll go ahead with the intuition behind this question and also in which companies this question was being asked. So you are you have a set of integer s which originally contains all the numbers from 1 to n. Unfortunately, due to some error, one of the numbers in S got duplicated in another number in the set, which results in repetition of number and loss of other. So basically, the data structure set, the functionality of the same is, I guess they are not saying over data structure set, but the thing is that they just want to convey that the way set is having non-duplicate elements, like that way only there was some set which was having non-duplicate element, but due to some error, it lost one element and duplicated the other one. So now our task is to that you are given an integer enums representing the data status of the set after error. Find the number that occurs twice and the number that is missing and return them in the form of an array. So basically, to solve this error, what we are required to do is we are required to return that number which got duplicated and then that number which was removed. So this is the thing which we are required to do in this question. Now first let us take over the constraint. So we can see that constraint is up to 10 to the power 4. So this need to be done either in n, it can't go up to n square solution. It should be done in n log n or n solution. And the numbers are also up to 10 to the power 4 only. So data structure which we can use for means the data type which we can use for storing is integer. So that's the thing here. Now comes the part that in which companies this question was being asked. So basically this question was asked in Adobe, Amazon and Facebook. So let us go ahead with this question that how we are required to do with this. So now we can see here that 1, 2, 2, 4 is being given to us, right? So if we traverse this area and then check for the duplicate elements, right? So then we will be able to get our answer, right? But how we are required to check that if the number which is there after that, that is the one which is being duplicated, means eradicated, or the number which is before that is eradicated. Because while doing this question, I tried with two approaches, and in that, the thing was that once I figured out that the question, it is not only this thing, it could be like this one also. So that was the scenario here. So because of this thing only, I got the wrong answer because when it was given with 2, 2, then my algorithm was returning 2, 3. So now the thing is that we are not only required to return after that, we can means there could be chance that before that is also eradicated. So that's why we are required to check for some other uh, case for doing this particular question. So now let us see here that how we can see do this question. So the thing is like in the set. So because of the set only, you are easily able to get all the numbers which are in order and which are basically what we say that means duplicates are already eradicated, right? But we don't require them in order. We just require a set or even vector would work. But better to use a set. But that set should also be either in C++, that is unordered set, in Java, hash set. So basically, this type of set we are required. So how we are required to do? So whatever element is there, we will be pushing that into our set. Means this hash set that we will be pushing, right? Then after pushing that element, now we will check that means not completely we'll push all of them. We'll push one by one and we'll check that if that element was earlier in our set or not. If it was there, then now this is our potential answer. So we will be storing that particular element in our answer of 0 because we are required to return just two elements, right? So first element would be that element which has been duplicated. So that would be our first element. So we will be storing that particular in this answer of 0. Now comes the part we are required to figure out that what was that element which was removed. So for that purpose, now we will be traversing our array from start to end again. And now in this process, we'll start from I equals to 1 and go up till n, and we'll try to figure out that what was that element which was not present in our set, which was the first element which was not present. So whatever was not present, right? Whatever I was not present in our this in this hash set, that I we will be writing in our answer of 1. So the steps for this particular is that first we are storing are all the numbers which are being there in this array one by one in this hash set, right? And whenever we figure out that a particular number is duplicated, right? So that's why that particular number would be stored in answer of 0. So that's the thing which we are going to do. Now the second step would be that we will be traversing our this array, this input array which is being given to us again. And now we will be checking that in a hash set, which is that element which is not equal to our I. If that I is not present in the hash set, then surely we are required to return that particular I, and thus that would be our answer. So now this all things we are required to do. So as we are using unordered set, right? And anything else we are not using. So that's why space complexity becomes order of n. And here n simply refers to the size of this particular nums. So that's about the space complexity. Now comes the part for time complexity. So for time complexity, as we are inserting in a hash set, right? So while inserting, we are traversing this whole array, right? So that's why time complexity again becomes order of n. So and we are do this step 2 times, so it become 2n, right? But 2 is simply multiplied by n, so that's why it's overall equals to n only. So that's why our time complexity and space complexity, both of them are order of n, and which is already in our bounds of the constraints only, so the solution will completely work. Actually, I've already coded this question, so either I will show you directly, but I was like that it is a small code, so I should code it, but let us do directly. So here's the coding part for the same. So now first we are taking this vector, which is our answer, right? And we have taken two size because we already know that we are required to return just two elements. And this unordered set in which we will be storing all our elements, and this will help us to return the duplicate element. Now comes the part for this particular, and in this we are checking that if that particular was not there, right? So then if that particular was already there, because here it is not equals to end. That simply means that we have already found that element. Then we will be making that in our answer. So that's what we are doing here. Else, the thing is that it would be inserted into our set. So that's what we are doing here. Now comes the next part. And this next part is about checking that which element was removed. So that's why we are starting from 1 and going till nums.size. And we'll check that if this particular reaches the end, this simply means that element was not found in a hash set. So at that moment, whatever would be there, we will be making that particular as our answer. Means at one index, we will be pushing that particular I to our answer, and then at the end, we are required to return answer from there. And yeah, one thing I wanted to check, because the thing is that we are already returning here, right? Hmm. So would this work or not? Means if I remove it from here, because they have already given that find the number of this, and they are not saying that there could be a case in which we won't be having our answer. So just want to check that what it will return, or it will show us error. Basically compilation error because its type is this, so it should return something. That is the only thing I need to check. Oh, sorry, it is off. 1 minute. Okay, now it should work. Okay, yeah, we are required to return from here. Basically, either we can use here as the break. And break in that scenario when we are able to figure out with this. Yeah, so in this if condition only we can use that break because I was returning answer from there so that we just save our time. I got that wrong answer last time. Yeah, so now it got accepted. So yeah, this was all for this particular question. Hope you liked the explanation. If you like it, then please do like and subscribe to my channel. So this was all for today. Thank you.